Welcome to Mud Road. Welcome to Mud Road. Hello, I'm Frost. I'm back from the YouTube suspension. Let me see if I gotta take these off. Yeah, there was a time. There was a time. I didn't box. I like to work the punching bag at the gym. It's been a while. All right, guys. Welcome me back. So YouTube did me a solid, you know that. So, but I'm back. I have restructured the channel. So, those of you that are new, down in the description, I like to put the timestamps because I don't like to waste your time. And at the beginning of the video, sometimes I like to say a thing or two. So you get down there in the description. You can head down there to the feature story. Hey, pups. That's the pup. He's playing with his toy. You can head down to the feature story. You can go to any part of the video that you want. Now, for those of you that want my goodies, I have 3 sweet little candies for you. So, yeah, I have restructured the channel to be more YouTube censorship propaganda compliant. So the videos here on YouTube are going to be a little more traditional than they have been in the past. Right, and then the videos over on Odyssey, they're going to be that shoot from the hip videos that I normally do. People are going like, it kind of looks like the same video you always do. Pretty much, but there'll be some differences to be censorship compliant on YouTube. Over on Odyssey, you guys want to go over there, follow those channels. And these videos will probably also be on Odyssey, but the Odyssey exclusive videos, they're gonna be some hidden videos. Also, on the locals page, that is normally a donation page, but don't worry about it. You X out any money thing, and those videos are free. Locals is going to have locals exclusive videos that are going to be a little more personalized. Let me show you one really quick. Now on the locals page, once you get past all the donation bullshit, you don't have to give anything. I know you guys are. You don't have to give anything. The vast majority of the videos there will be free to watch. You just have to make an account. This is my page over on locals. That is I'll have a couple other videos from YouTube and Odyssey, but then there'll be local exclusive videos. This video was over an hour, like an hour and 5 minutes. It is behind the scenes, the making of Mud Rogue. I have a conversation with you as I do my research for one of the shows. So locals, Odyssey, and YouTube. YouTube a little bit different. Odyssey will be the same old videos I used to make, and locals are going to be like some more personalized local exclusive. You'll only be able to see those videos there. Now, all that put aside, let's get to the show then. All right, guys. So we have World War III. World War III is going on right now. Right? Believe it or not, we are in World War III, and I guarantee you, most people do not know it. Most of you, and which I love you guys because you're my followers, you may not know it. Let's listen to the German foreign minister.
And therefore, I've said already in the last days, yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and the crucial part is that we do it together and that we do not do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other. Thank you.
Fighting a war against Russia. And this is true. We in the West are at war with Russia. This is not Ukraine fighting Russia. Ukraine would have got rolled over already. Now, I got to give them, their soldiers are brave, and their Western equipment has helped them stay in the game. But that just means that the West is in the game.
That is why in the face of Russia's war, neutrality was not an option. We had to make a choice between injustice and justice.
And she goes on to say, she paints her case from her point of view.
Freedom and oppression.
She keeps going, democracy, liberty, and all that. They always throw that. Russia's war, Russia's aggression, Putin's war. That's just a bunch of propaganda bull crap. It's my opinion, but that's what I believe. That's what a lot of people believe. Here we have Zelensky. Russia responds to Zelensky's visit by accusing the U.S. of a proxy war in Ukraine. I don't blame the Russians for this. You got the main guy. I was going to call him the father, if you know what I mean, of Ukraine. in Washington speaking to a joint session of Congress. What does that tell you? And the U.S. promising having secured billions of U.S. dollars in aid. Over here, Russia now engaged in real war with the West over Ukraine. This is a this new U.S. News Insider. The West is already fighting World War III with Russia. Former White House Russian advisor Fiona Hill says. This is from the Council on Foreign Relations.
Any place that you're looking at in terms of a potential regime change that could destabilize a region or the world?
Well, obviously, a big one would be Russia, but I don't think they're on the precipice there. I think things have to get worse economically, and there have to be many more body bags and, frankly, military losses before there's a change in the government.
There has to be body bags. There has to be losses. There has to be death of Russian soldiers. Before I go on, I have more to show you. But before I go on, I want to make a point. Russia is fighting the West. This is a proxy war. Many people have said that. This is a proxy war being fought in Ukraine. Russia's fighting Ukraine. Ukraine's being supplied by the West. They're receiving intelligence. There have been allegedly, it has been said that the West even pinpoints targets for Ukraine. Allegedly. Believe what you want to believe. But the West is not suffering the bloody nose. I saw a Star Trek episode years back from the original series. In this series, there were two civilizations who went to war with computers. And the computers would judge on how many casualties each side had. The casualties, the real human beings, would then walk into a booth and be incinerated. But the war was clean. There was no destruction. The buildings were still standing. People still went about their lives. Captain Kirk, in this instance, destroyed the two computers and told these people, if you want to go to war, you're going to endure real war. You're going to feel real war. You're going to see real buildings blow up. You're going to see real broken bones and blood, death and destruction. You're going to know, you're going to taste war. Because when you sanitize war, there's no reason not to continue going with it. Russia is bleeding. They're winning, but they're bleeding. Their young men are dying. Ukraine is suffering. They're bleeding bad. But in my opinion, from what I can tell, I do not believe Zelensky or the Ukrainian government care about the lives of their own soldiers. It does appear to me, allegedly, that the Ukrainians are enriching themselves with the Western aid and money and are willingly sending their own soldiers off to death. The only people not suffering death and destruction are we in the West. We're sitting back and we're enjoying it. Oh yeah, the price of eggs and the price of gasoline, rent's going up, cost of living, the value of the dollar is going down. But more or less, life continues going on the way it is. Now, I believe that if I should put my gloves back on, that if I'm fighting a guy in front of me, but the protagonist, or is that the right word? The guy egging him on, the guy who's really causing me the problem, is the guy standing behind him. You know what I do is I put this guy down and I whack the guy standing behind him. All right? I bust him up, woof, woof, with the gloves. So you know, right, YouTube with the gloves, so we bust him up in a nice, soft way. It's not a violent way. I don't condone real violence. I kind of just believe the Captain Kirk way, that we're not feeling it in the West, and maybe sooner or later it's going to dawn on Russia that bleeding Ukraine isn't sending a message to the West. The only way the West, which means we, the people of the West, of Europe, of the United States, Canada, other allies, are going to understand this is World War III. This is a real death and destruction war. Is, God forbid, Russia bring the death and destruction to the West. Because if that doesn't happen, let's hope it doesn't happen. This is that previous video I want to show you. I just want to time and date it. During the appearance January 11th Council of Foreign Relations event. So I got this from Uncaptured Media, and they on January 23rd, dated on January 11th is when it took place. Right here. This is the Admiral Gorshkov, This is a very powerful Russian ship. It's traveling to the west, which is currently out in the Atlantic, moving towards the United States. Russia's trying to send a message. If you want this to get serious, it can get serious really fast. And we are going to make you bleed. Also, I presume is their message, which is something that I explained to you earlier. If one side doesn't feel the ouch, it's not going to be encouraged to stop doing what it's doing. And this is where I get a little upset with my fellow American and Westerners. Most people, a lot of you already know this, right? Maybe I'm just reaffirming or structuring the ideas in a way that you can share with others. We are in World War III. Our Western leaders are pretty much saying it. Our newspapers are reporting the same thing. The West is already fighting World War III with Russia. Former White House Russian advisor Fiona Hill says we are in World War III. But you might find it in a few places here, a news article on Newsweek that no one really reads. The mainstream media, the voice that can get the message out to the American people. NBC, CBS, Fox, the news, and the big major newspapers that slap a paper down where everybody can see them. They're not telling the people. And most of the people in the United States, I'm going to talk about the United States, but it kind of applies to people of the world. They don't care. They don't want to know. Most people in America, if you really explained it to them what's going on, they would probably bust a brain cell. They don't want to know that we are in a cold World War III. They don't want to know that. They know that the price of everything is going up, but they don't comprehend that that has to do with the cold World War III. And unless they wake up, unless they realize the situation we're in, this is going to become a hot World War III. Russia's going to want to bleed our nose over here so we can feel it, so the people can feel it. But a hot World War III, that means that death and destruction that you see in Ukraine, flattened cities, forests turn to ash, that could happen here in America. Problem is with Americans. Not that Americans are stupid. Americans are indifferent. They've been lulled into zombie-type creatures. They believe what they're told. World War III is more than the cold World War III happening between the West and Russia. It is more than the hot war happening in Ukraine. World War III on the part of the West has tentacles. They are not only fighting Russia, they are fighting me and you, they are fighting our communities, they are fighting traditional nations around the world. They are feminizing men, taking away your masculinity. They are destroying our youth with concepts and ideas that have no future. I wanted to explain to you guys that we are in World War III. Most people are lost in their own confusion of their life. They're not sure who they are. They lack confidence and individuality. And we as a nation are being led by the nose. Our pockets are being picked and our money is being stolen by the elites in our government and sent off around the world, money laundered and back into their pockets. You need to understand these things. You need to get your head out of the sand. And you need to see what's happening. You need to care. Your life needs to be more than your nose in the phone. Your life needs to be more than the football game on Sunday or the Super Bowl coming up. These are great. And it's great to understand and to love these things and to have a full life. But too many of you don't want to think about what's really going on. And one day that door is going to get kicked in. And they're going to come for you. They're going to drag you out. And they're going to slice your nuts off. Allegedly. All right, guys, I got the gloves back on. I hope you like my intro in the beginning of my boxing match, my duke out with the YouTube. They knocked me down. Now I'm back up. Bring it on, YouTube. I'm a good person, YouTube. I don't know why you guys are so corrupt. You've lost your soul. YouTube is a corporation, but the individuals that click those buttons and censor people, you have no soul. You have no heart. You sold out a long time ago. You don't care. If you're listening to this, I know that you are the kind of person that you do not care. That you sold out your soul. You're an insecure person. You are. When you do not, people who are insecure do not stand up for what is right. do not stand up for themselves, do not stand up for other people. People that are insecure do what they are told, feel power in doing injustice upon good people. That is what insecure people do. You need to grow a set of nuts. And if you're a girl, what can I tell you? Grow whatever you gotta grow. I'll leave you guys with that. Thank you for watching the show. Please remember to subscribe or follow. I really need your help to beat the algorithm. The channel's starting again from scratch. It's discouraging. I know sometimes I don't seem like it. I do get discouraged. I get discouraged a lot. I just don't show it on the camera. And I really need you. I really need you to bring the channel back to where it was before. Thank you again. Y'all have a good night.